All right, so we just checked out the OnePlus Buds Pro, and today we're gonna see how the OnePlus Buds Z2 stack up to help you guys decide which one is the better option. So right off the bat, let me say that the OnePlus Buds Pro are the all-around better option. They have a couple more features that makes them a little bit more appealing. But in terms of overall performance, the Buds Z2 are extremely close. I mean, in fact, they have the exact same 11mm drivers that are in the Buds Pro. So for a lot of people, the Buds Z2 are actually gonna make the most sense. At the time of this video, you can pick up the OnePlus Buds Pro for 130 bucks, and on Amazon, there's a $10 off coupon, which is gonna take the Buds Z2 all the way down to 80 bucks. So about a $50 price difference. So when it comes to the charging cases with the Buds Pro, you have more of a square shape compared to the pill shape on the Buds Z2. They both have that high gloss finish, which makes them very easy to grip and handle. You have your LED indicators on the front of each case, as well as your Type-C charging ports on the back. As far as the overall build quality, both are extremely solid. I mean, despite the price difference, the case of the Buds Z2 feels just as sturdy as the case of the Buds Pro. Now, one key difference is that only the case of the Buds Pro features wireless charging. So if that's a feature that you're looking for, you will have to go with the Buds Pro. As far as the earbuds, that brings us to another key difference, which is the overall style and design. So obviously with the Buds Pro, you're getting a much more stylish, a much more premium look, especially with those chrome accents on the stem. With the Buds Z2, you're getting a more generic stem style look and design, but one thing that actually works in their favor is that the entire earbud has that high gloss finish, which actually helps in terms of the fit. On the Buds Pro, the top portion of the earbud has more of a matte finish, which doesn't grip quite as well as the Z2. As far as the controls, the Buds Pro are using squeeze controls similar to the AirPods Pro, and the Z2 are using touch sensitive controls. And they both give you control over everything except for your volume. Both earbuds feature in-ear detection, which means your music is gonna pause anytime you remove one of the earbuds from your ear, and then it's gonna automatically resume once you place it back in your ear. So as far as the specs, very similar. They're both running Bluetooth 5.2. They both support SBC as well as AAC in terms of the audio codecs. However, only the Buds Pro supports LHDC, which is a higher resolution codec available on select OnePlus devices. One key advantage that the Buds Pro has is multi-point connection. So if you do a lot of multitasking, you can be connected to two devices at the same time. The Z2 don't have multi-point connection, but you do have the option to use the touch controls to switch between the last two connected devices. So not exactly multi-point, but pretty much the closest thing to it. As far as battery life, they're almost identical. So around 5 hours on a single charge with active noise cancellation turned on, and closer to 7 hours on a single charge with active noise cancellation turned off. They both feature fast charging, so if the case on the Buds Z2 is completely dead, plugging it in for 10 minutes will give you around 5 hours of listening time. And then on the Buds Pro, plugging the case in for around 10 minutes will give you about 10 hours of listening time. Both earbuds feature an IP55 dust and water resistant rating, so either of these will be perfectly fine outdoors or in the gym. And also both charging cases feature an IPX4 rating, which means that they can withstand light splashes of water. So when it comes to the fit, both earbuds provide a very comfortable fit. They also both stay in place relatively well. But as I mentioned, having that glossy finish on the Z2 does make them feel a little bit more secure. So for activities like hitting the gym, I do prefer how the Z2 fit compared to the Buds Pro. Now that's not to say that you can't work out in the Buds Pro, but for the sake of comparison, I do feel that the Z2 will fit a little bit better in those situations. Now let's go ahead and talk about sound quality. So as I mentioned, both earbuds are using the same 11mm dynamic drivers. So the sound quality is essentially the exact same. So you're getting some nice satisfying bass, you're getting some clean treble. They both have more of that V-shaped type of sound. So if that's what you're into, you will like the sound on these. But I will say that the treble on the Z2 does seem to be pushed forward slightly more so than the Buds Pro. So vocals sound just a little bit more upfront, which also makes these sound just a tiny bit louder at max volume. But don't get me wrong, these are very small differences, and to even notice, you really have to nitpick the sound. As far as active noise cancellation, they both claim to cancel out a maximum of 40 decibels, which I do believe to be true. They both give you some very solid performance, and the Z2 is definitely on par with the Buds Pro in terms of ANC. And the same goes for the transparency mode. The performance is literally the exact same. So they both are going to be useful in terms of allowing you to hear what's going on around you. When it comes to app support, you're getting pretty much the same experience, except with the Buds Pro, you do have the option to go through a hearing test, which is going to optimize the sound based on your hearing. And then you also have access to Zen mode, which allows you to listen to different types of white noise for those times that you may be trying to relax. So those are two very small options that you get within the app for the Buds Pro that you don't get within the app for the Buds Z2. So when it comes to phone calls, both earbuds feature 3 microphones per earbud. So let's go ahead and do a microphone comparison. All right, so this is the OnePlus Buds Pro. Right now we have quiet conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Here we have the OnePlus Buds Z2. Right now we have quiet conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now we have the OnePlus Buds Pro with some crowd noise being played on a speaker. So this should give you an idea as to how you would sound in more noisy environments. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now we have the OnePlus Buds Z2 with some crowd noise being played on a speaker. So this should give you an idea as to how you will sound in more noisy environments. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. So overall, if you're not concerned with multi-point connection, wireless charging, or the more stylish look of the Buds Pro, then the Z2 are the better option. They're giving you 90% of what you're getting with the Buds Pro, but at a more affordable price. So that's my video comparing the OnePlus Buds Pro and the OnePlus Buds Z2. If you're interested in grabbing either of these, be sure to check out the affiliate links down in the description for the most up-to-date price. Also, if you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on social media to stay up to date on all the reviews that I'll have coming up. And aside from that, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.